I want to take a few minutes to discuss my concept of flow with you. Whether you realize it or not, you're constantly sending information into the quantum field and receiving information back. By your very nature, you are a vibrational being continuously emitting energy. To truly begin feeling the flow in your life, there are certain principles I've discovered that I want to share with you. These principles can directly influence your future. I believe most people spend the majority of their lives reacting to the conditions of the external world, to the people around them, colleagues, acquaintances, familiar places, and the daily actions they repeat. People primarily respond to and interact with their environment, and there is nothing wrong with that. We all react to the events of our lives, and the result of these reactions is emotion. But emotions are recordings of past experiences. So the question becomes, what happens when your attention is constantly fixed on emotions from the past? The core rule is this: you cannot influence your future if your attention is anchored to the emotions of the past. Here's the first point. If you live the same emotions every day, emotions created by past events, you remain stuck in the past. When you direct your attention to these emotions, you also direct your energy there. The more attention you give to past experiences, the more energy you send into the past. Therefore, the first rule is this: if your energy stays in the past, it cannot be directed into the future. If we take this idea further, it becomes clear: to change your life and begin shaping your destiny, you must change the direction of your energy. Your thoughts influence the quantum field of your reality. The feelings you experience return energy to you and shape your life's flow. To create flow, you must change your energetic state. But how do you emit energy? Your thoughts send information into the quantum field. They act as an electrical charge. They influence the structure of information within it. Your feelings return experiences and events to you. Emotion acts as a magnetic charge, creating attraction. Everything that matches your emotional frequency begins to move toward you. The combination of how you think and how you feel creates electromagnetic signals that influence every aspect of your life. So the question becomes, what must you do for what you desire to begin appearing in your reality? You need feelings of gratitude, inspiration, joy, and freedom. For what you want to enter the flow of your life, you must send information and combine it with the emotion you would feel before the event actually happens. In other words, if you can feel the emotion of your future before it manifests, you begin entering the flow, creating a countercurrent of new events, opportunities, circumstances, coincidences, and synchronicities that move toward you, rather than being forced through effort. Our research shows that when a person combines intention, a clear vision of the desired future, with an elevated emotion from the heart, whether gratitude, inspiration, joy, or freedom, this combination of clear intention and elevated emotion begins transmitting new information into the quantum field. The longer you can hold this state of being, the more extraordinary events begin to unfold. Your body becomes drawn toward a new event or future, or even better, the event begins moving toward you. This leads to an important question you must ask yourself right now. What information and emotional states are you sending into the quantum field day after day? This is the third key point, because the emotions you experience in reaction to the external world are directly tied to the past. These are the so-called primary emotions. What drains the body's life force? Primary emotions that arise in reaction to the environment: anger, aggression, hatred, irritation, judgment, envy, jealousy, fear, anxiety, worry, guilt, shame, and depression. People living in constant reaction experience these states most often. The light field surrounding the human body begins to shrink. We've measured this. When this state repeats again and again, a person has almost no energy left to create a new future. There is no energy left for healing, for a state of abundance, or for designing a new purpose for your life. Because in that moment, you become more matter and less energy. What exactly prevents you from being in the state of flow, from being a wave rather than dense matter? You become more particle and less wave. As a result, in your life, you become matter trying to influence matter. And when matter tries to influence matter, the flow becomes inaccessible. You cannot be in the flow because you are separated from the informational field that creates it. This sense of separation forces us to define reality exclusively through the five senses. We tell ourselves, I am here and my dream is over there. And then, in order to receive what we want in the future, we begin to feel need, lack, and separation from what we desire. As a result, we feel compelled to control everything, fight, push circumstances, and force events in order to move step by step toward our goals. In this state, a person becomes matter trying to influence matter, and therefore falls out of the flow. When we try to influence matter, we are not in the flow, because achieving any intention takes much more time. This is why so many people feel the absence of flow in their lives. They live more in a material perception of reality than an energetic one. This raises an inevitable question. What exactly are you transmitting into the quantum field every day? And how can you create a magnetic field within yourself that guides you toward a joyful future? If you are defined primarily by memories of the past rather than images of the future, you are not flowing toward your future. In reality, you are flowing, but the flow keeps reproducing the same circumstances of your life. You are moving, but the movement is directed toward the past. So it's worth considering how to connect to the informational field of the future. When you begin to open your heart and experience elevated emotions, the heart enters a state of coherence, a state of internal harmony and order. The heart has a measurable capacity for unity and wholeness. It is the union of polarities, the merging of duality. In this state, we feel less separation and more connection. This measurable magnetic field of energy is pure, and purity always carries information. To return to the flow, you must release the addictive emotions of stress that separate you from your dreams and your future. The chemical nature of these states forces us into materialism, defining reality only through the senses. But when we generate an elevated emotion, we begin to feel connected to something greater. We no longer feel separated from our dreams. We emotionally experience them as if they have already manifested. The purity you radiate, the energy extending beyond your body, forms a magnetic charge or magnetic field. It carries intention, message, and information. Within this energy lies the vision of your future. By practicing this state, people change the functioning of their brain and body, beginning to live not from the past, but from the future. Think about it. The body always follows the mind. When you think about getting up in the morning and going to the bathroom, an image of that action appears in your mind, and without noticing it, your body follows. The same happens when you imagine having breakfast in the kitchen. You see the table, the food, the process, and your body automatically moves there. The body always follows the mind. Now imagine. What if instead of focusing on the familiar and predictable, You direct your attention to the unknown, to a new experience. Where attention goes, energy flows. This is how you begin investing energy into a new future, returning to it again and again. Day after day, you transmit new information into the field and gently, through elevated emotions, attract the desired experience. If you did this daily, your body would follow your mind into the flow of an unknown future just as naturally as it follows your mind into familiar actions every morning. And why does this matter? Because when you are in the flow, results in your life begin to appear effortlessly through synchronicity, intuitive clarity, coincidences, and unexpected opportunities. All of this is a side effect of shifting your energy and a feedback signal from the environment confirming that you are connected to the universal mind. When you begin noticing these results in your life, the emotions that arise in response to synchronicities inspire you to create again and again. You begin to see signs and understand that you're moving closer to your future. The energy of the emotions you experience becomes a new source of creation. And if you continue consciously creating abundance and attracting desired experiences through elevated emotions, more and more flow appears in your life. When you truly stabilize this state, your being, the way you think and the way you feel, becomes fully aligned with the future. When you consistently maintain this altered state of mind and body, regardless of external conditions, regardless of familiar emotions and old bodily reactions, and regardless of time, you will inevitably notice measurable changes in your life. These changes will always appear in unexpected ways, and precisely because they are unexpected, the expected can never be truly new. New results must surprise you, catch you off guard, and serve as evidence that inner changes have produced outer results. This is where the process becomes truly exciting. When you can match the changes happening inside you with the results appearing in the external world, you clearly see what you've achieved, and then you naturally want to repeat the experience. At that moment, you begin to feel an even greater degree of flow in your life. I speak about this confidently because I practice these principles myself, some of them for a very long time. Many people say, I want abundance. I want new relationships. I want freedom. But they make decisions from a place of need, shaped by past relationships, periods of financial struggle, or situations where they felt controlled. Now they seek only the opposite of what they once experienced. Yet very few people truly spend time contemplating what it means to be wealthy, what it means to be healthy, happy, or genuinely free. Even fewer consider what truly healthy relationships could look like. The very act of conscious reflection begins forming neurological structures in the brain that prepare a person for a new experience. And the more you know about the future you want to live, the more consciously you can create it. Many claim they want wealth, new relationships, or freedom, but they lack the neural architecture required to attract, let alone create, what they desire. Why is this so important? Because if you truly intend to create your future, the more you know about the future you want to build, the richer your imagination becomes. And the richer your imagination, the longer you can hold your attention on that future and remain in intention. The process of creating the future begins with forming and rewiring the brain's neurological structure so that it perceives the future as already real. To do this, you must think about it deeply and in detail. Activating and recalibrating neural networks turns the brain's hardware into flexible software. As a result, you naturally begin thinking like a wealthy person, acting like someone in love with life, and feeling more freedom in your world. How you think, how you act, and how you feel forms your personality. And your personality is directly and deeply connected to your personal reality. So don't take my word for it. Try it yourself. Become a researcher of your own life. Find time in your busy day and disconnect from external circumstances. Close your eyes, play soft background music, or create silence with earplugs. Sit your body down instead of constantly making it get up. Do things, feel things, or relive the same emotions. Let your body stay in one place and tell it that after the practice you will allow it to move. Step beyond your familiar personality, beyond past emotions and future expectations. Settle into the present moment and begin truly creating your future. Communicate to your body, emotionally, what that future will feel like. And when you begin seeing the results of your work with your own eyes, you will prove to yourself that you are no longer a victim of circumstances. You are the creator of your life. Reaching this state, being in the flow with an open heart, you begin trusting the unknown and believing in the future more than you ever believed in your past. If you manage to reach this state and observe measurable results, the effect will be truly astonishing. A life driven by stress hormones forces us to control and push outcomes, creating a sense of hopelessness. But when we raise our energy, elevate our emotions, and connect to something greater, we barely need to do anything. The experience begins coming to us. This is how the principle of vibrational alignment between you and your future works. Try it.